going on, guys? I hope everyone is doing well. I'm gonna get right into it. So, several years ago, I lived in Boston, right? Boston, Massachusetts. And at one of my jobs, I had a really, really down-to-earth coworker, really laid back, chilled, one of the nicest guys I met in my life, right? He was a bit overweight, definitely on the heavy side of life. And he saw that I was going to the gym, I was taking care of myself, I was losing weight, I was getting in shape. And he was like, "Oh, Jerron, I see you doing your thing at the gym. I see you getting in shape." He said, "Listen, I wanna go to the gym with you. I wanna jump on board, right? I wanna get in shape too." And I said to him, I said, "Listen, you could come to the gym anytime you want with me. Anytime you want to come, let me know. Let's do it, right?" And I said to him, however, it's two things involved when it comes to losing weight. It's not just going to the gym and working out. But I said you also have to be aware of what you consume. When it comes to losing weight, it involves going to the gym and dieting. They work hand in hand with each other, right? They work hand in hand with each other. And I said to him, if you're serious about losing weight, you also got to diet, bro. You also got to be careful and aware of the foods that you're consuming, the foods that's going in your system. You got to make sure that you're eating healthy, right? So he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely I'm on board for that. I'm on board to start dieting and go to the gym. I'm serious. I want to lose this weight." A few days later, he comes to work with a box of donuts, some Dunkin' Donuts. I was like, "Bro, you're not ready. You're not serious right now." I said, "When you're serious, you let me know, but you're not serious right now." And I bring that up because he told me one thing, but his actions were saying something entirely different, right? And it's funny that when I see Jehovah's Witnesses out in the streets, now I made a video similar to this, titled about a month ago, "Where is the sense of urgency with Jehovah's Witnesses?" Right? There we go. That's the title of that video. So I guess this would be a part 2. But when I see witnesses out in the streets, excuse me. When I see witnesses out in the streets, a lot of times I see them joking among each other, laughing, talking. I see them texting on their phones. And I'm scratching my head like, hold on. Do you truly believe that God is going to usher in a new world? Do you truly believe that a paradise really is right around the corner? Do you truly believe that? Because if you truly believe in that, your demeanor, your body language, your message would be completely opposite of what you're doing right now. If Jehovah's Witnesses truly believe that paradise was right around the corner, they would be out on the streets. "Hey, everybody, we love you. There's a message that God wants us to deliver to everybody. There's a new world. God wants everyone to He wants everyone to get to know Him because He has a paradise in store for us. Please get to know Jehovah." That would be the message. That would be the energy that witnesses would be out there conveying to other people. If they were serious about what they truly believe in, if they truly believe that there's a new world that's going to happen, they wouldn't be calm and chilled out in the streets, standing in front of a cart. As if standing in front of a cart, as if someone approaching them, standing in front of a cart, right? As if someone approaching them meant that that person would gain everlasting life or salvation. Because now, when a Jehovah's Witness stands in front of a cart, right, they truly believe that they're doing God's work, right? And I respected this back in the day, back in the 80s, 90s, even the early 2000s. Back in the day, witnesses would they would knock on people's doors with the Bible. They would knock on people's doors and they would open the Bible. And let's keep in mind, the Bible is supposedly inspired by God, right? Supposedly. Back in the day, they used a publication that was inspired by God. These days, it's like witnesses went backwards in times. These days, now they're just standing in front of a cart. And if someone approaches them with any type of questions, they will say, "Go to jw.org. JW.org will answer all your questions." And just like I said in the video a month ago, titled, "Where is the sense of urgency among Jehovah's Witnesses?" I said this in that video. I'm going to say it again. Why would Jehovah's Witnesses, if they truly believe that the end is right around the corner, if they truly believe in that, right? Why would they go from using the Bible, which is inspired by God? Why would they go backwards in time? Why would they use a publication that was inspired by God to standing in front of a cart? And if anyone asks them a simple question or any questions, they'll just say, go to jw.org. And let's keep in mind, jw.org is from the governing body leaders and their helpers, right? jw.org is not inspired by God. So if Jehovah's Witnesses truly believe that the end is right around the corner, why would you stop using the Bible, a publication that was supposedly inspired by God? Why would they stop that? And why would they start to stand in front of a cart and point to a website that is no longer, that was never inspired by God? It's not inspired by God. JW.org is run by a group of men, the governing body leaders, and the governing body leaders from their own mouths has told the masses that they're not inspired by God. So like I said, Jehovah's Witnesses, they're moving, they're taking things down a notch. I'm scratching my head like, hold on. If witnesses truly believe that this is the end, they would be ramping things up. If the governing body leaders truly believe that paradise really was right around the corner, they would be encouraging Jehovah's Witnesses to do more preaching, spread the more hours out in service, knock on more doors, spread the word, because the end is right around the corner. We want to spread the word to everybody. We want to spread the message to everybody. But what message are Jehovah's Witnesses spreading now? They're not spreading any message. All they're doing is looking like a mannequin standing in front of a cart. That's what they're doing. And the governing body leaders, they're so quick to distract the rank and file Jehovah's Witness. Because a lot of witnesses are starting to get tired, they're starting to get weary. You keep saying the end is right around the corner, paradise is any day now. You keep saying that, months go by, years go by, decades go by. So what do the governing body leaders do? They know that people are getting tired, right? So they send out these little distractions. Oh, now we're going to let men grow facial hair. Oh, now we're going to let women wear pants. Now the rank and file members, they don't have to count their time anymore. Just check a box. They're trying to simplify this organization. They're trying to make things easier because they know that people are getting tired. People are getting weary, right? And if you are a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, remember, keep your eyes on the prize. Your eyes always got to be on the prize. Your prize as a witness is supposed to be paradise earth, right? Where is paradise? Well, where is the sense of urgency that's supposed to lead us, that's supposed to lead people to paradise? Now, this is how I know that this organization is baloney, it's all BS, it's all fake. This is how I know this because, like I said in the beginning of this video, my former coworker in Boston, right? He said one thing. He said he wanted to lose weight. His actions said something entirely different. If the governing body leaders, they keep saying that, oh, paradise is right around the corner, the end is prominent, it's this any day now, the end is going to happen in any given day. They say this, right? They say this by words, but their actions say something completely different. Because if they truly believe that the end is right around the corner, right? Every meeting, that would be the highlight. They would be preparing people for the Great Tribulation and Armageddon. Every single meeting would revolve around that. Every single meeting. Because that's the end game. That's the end prize. That's the goal for every witness. The goal is for paradise, right? To get to paradise, you got to go to the Great Tribulation, Armageddon, right? So where's this preparation? If paradise is the end game, where is this preparation? The preparation should be happening at every meeting. Every meeting, witnesses should be talking about gearing up and getting prepared for the great tribulation and Armageddon. But what's going on now? Now I'm hearing that Jehovah's Witnesses are discussing and studying a children's book, a kid's book, during their midweek meeting. So you mean to tell me that the end is so clear, it's so close, that God said, "Oh, we're gonna put a little pause on paradise." I know we've been talking about paradise for a while. We're gonna put a little pause on paradise, and we're gonna bring in this children's kids book. We're gonna talk about a kids book for a little bit. I thought the end was so close. I thought paradise was right around the corner. You see, when you focus on people's actions more than their words, because at the end of the day, actions, as we know, actions speak louder than words ever will. Anyone could say anything. But what a person does speaks louder than what they say. So when the governing body leaders say by words, they say, "Oh, the end is near, paradise is right around the corner." But on the other hand, they're not talking about the great tribulation in paradise and Armageddon in every meeting. If that's the goal, if that's the end game, if I'm going to the gym, right? I'm going to the gym not because I like going to the gym. I'm going to the gym because I want to get in shape. I want to diet. I want to look right. I want to look good, right? So I got to make sacrifices. I got to do things that's going to affect me in the long run, long term. So if Jehovah's Witnesses, if their end game, if their end goal is paradise, what are you doing now that's preparing you for this paradise? You say paradise is right around the corner. You say it by your words, but your actions, I'm looking at witnesses out in the streets, they talking, they on their phone texting. Where's the sense of urgency? Where's the seriousness? Even at the meetings, they are discussing a kid's book, a damn kid's book during their studies. But yet paradise is right around the corner? Things are not adding up. Things are not adding up. And I see it. I see how Jehovah's Witnesses, they're so quick to say one thing. They're so quick to say, "Oh yeah, we have the truth. Paradise right around the corner. The end is it's going to happen any day now." They're so quick to say that, right? By their words, but by their actions. Like I said, if they truly believe that the end is right around the corner, they would be out in the streets trying to spread the message. They would be doing more hours. It would be more. Everything would be ramped up. Everything would be taken up a notch. But instead, the governing body leaders, are saying, "Oh guys, we're taking things down a notch. Even though we're in the last of the last days, we're going to take things down a notch a little bit." They're doing the complete opposite of what they should be doing. Remember, if the end was so close, they would be doing more, because they would know that as the days go by, we are winding down to the conclusion of the system of things. We're winding down. We're getting closer and closer to the Great Tribulation. So if you're getting closer and closer to the end, wouldn't you want to spread the message more and more? Instead of standing in front of a cart, wouldn't you think that witnesses would be out there, "Hey guys, we love you. There's a message God wants us to tell everybody." But Jehovah's Witnesses are not doing it. They're not even using the Bible anymore. So I'm now scratching my head saying to myself, do Jehovah's Witnesses still believe in this paradise theory? Because if that's the case, I don't see the urgency. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video. If you are Jehovah's Witness watching this video, please just listen to what I'm saying. That's all I ask you. Just listen. You say one thing, but you do something else. How close is the end? How close is paradise if witnesses aren't even speaking about it? They're not even social about it. They're not spreading the message. They're waiting for people to approach them, and then they're pointing them, directing them to jw.org. When in reality, they should be out there screaming, spreading the message to everybody. There's no urgency with witnesses. Just like there is no urgency with the governing body leaders. The governing body leaders, they're only good at distracting their members. But the question is, how long can you keep people distracted? Because after a while, more and more people, they're going to get tired of waiting for paradise. They're going to get tired of putting their life, their dreams on pause. And they're going to want to live. They're going to want to live their life. So if you are a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, you might be waiting for paradise. But I do want to let you know that the fact that you woke up this morning, and the fact that there are thousands upon thousands who did not wake up today, people who die every day, the fact that you woke up this morning, that's your paradise right there. The fact that you have air in your lungs right now, that's your paradise. The fact that you get to live to see another day, that is your paradise. That's your paradise. Instead of waiting for a future paradise, why not cherish and enjoy the life that we have right here, right now? Because we ain't going to be here forever. We are not going to be here forever. So you might as well enjoy this life while you're here. Anyway, guys, I love you. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.